Oh, hey, sorry.
Realized that you were in recording.
You didn't realize. But hi, sorry. Loading.
Stream.
I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back.
That's it. What the Wait, hang on, Reaper, wait my beatbox.
Bro, it's a banger. Dude, that's a certified banger.
How did you see the image of Footman giving a fat guy a burger?
A what? No.
Look at the team chat and scroll up.
Hold on. Doing something.
Scroll up. Also, it's open the stream.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Alright, stream is starting. Go. Alright. That's all I know so far. Loading a map. Load up TF2. You know any TF2 maps? John?
No.
Doomsday. I mean, I guess that should be. Let me refresh my memory a bit.
Oh. Oh, shit. Trying to load it, but he won't. Because you stink. Wait, you can stream.
There we go.
Whoa, that's a TF2 map?
It's truly.
Wait, why does the TF2 map look like that?
That. This is the Halloween. Refresh my memory. O deletes that. Then Alt O shortens that. And then add film clip.
We need Scout to look at the bell and slowly look away and run away.
Alright. Just. So I remember. What was it again? Game. Four player the game. Aggressive. Ah, okay. Okay.
Bell.
I remember the basics now. I think I should watch another video.
Hey, Reaper, guess what? Bell. No, bell. Stupid Nick!
Hey, my name is Bay.
Editing time.
Take what you do best and create a website
Oh, I
that's
love
worthy of it.
ads.
Okay, so now that we've made a good little action shot, let's go ahead and talk about editing and how to...
I should probably this one, right? Load this one. These are epic.
But I just realized in the schedule, you never made it like a time for like when we're gonna like plan how the ERG is gonna go. I guess after the playlist stream or whatever.
Tier list.
Yeah, tier list.
Where's we're learning edit
cut up this
and
shot into a
sound plating
sequence.
time.
For the most part in the SFM, you're going
Lip
to want to
sync.
go ahead and make a master shot
AFK,
that has all
buddy.
the pieces that you need in it before you start cutting it up. This is because it'll save you some time organization-wise to make sure that all the action is there every time you blade or copy the shot. So go ahead and hit the space bar. And somewhere around here where the rocket is passing us, let's go ahead and select the shot in the middle here and hit B for blade. And this is the most common way to create a new shot. You'll notice it took the entire shot that we had covering the whole sequence and cut it into 2 shots. So the first shot that we had from before is still here, but now it's half as long. And now we have a new shot that starts at that same location. Go ahead and select shot 2 and drag the playhead so it's inside the selected shot. Note that if you click and drag in the viewport right now, it won't do anything because the camera is being controlled by animation curves. We'll talk more about this later. For now, let's go ahead and create a new camera and place it somewhere else in the world. Each time you blade, you're making a copy of the shot. So the camera 1 that we made right before we recorded the scout running is still there. Let's go ahead and set that to be the active camera and move it somewhere else in the world. Click down on the camera button and choose camera 1. Now we can just click and drag in the viewport to move the camera again and maybe fly over here by this soldier so that we can do an over-the-shoulder shot. Maybe mouse wheel in and sort of watch the scouts come through here. So now if we sort of scrub back a little bit and play, you can see that we've got a nice little edit here. And so we can do the same thing again as the scouts leave the shots here. We can go ahead and hit blade again and go into this shot. Now since the active camera is camera 1, we can still move the camera around. Just remember it like this. When you're in the clip editor, you can only use the camera manipulator on static cameras. If you want to modify a moving camera, I'll show you how to do that later in the motion editing tutorial. So let's go ahead and maybe have this shot end when the scouts are coming up and running near us. Now you'll notice at the end of the shot here, the sequence runs out. This is because the blue film strip actually defines the active playback range. We cut it off earlier in the previous tutorial, so I'm going to go ahead and extend the sequence and extend the shot. As I move the mouse over the edit point, you'll note that the cursor changes, and you can click on the end of the shot and just drag it out to extend it. So let's go ahead and move the camera so that the scout kind of runs right over us or something. That'll look pretty good. Let's see what that looks like. So we don't really want all these black frames. So let's go ahead and move the sequence end to the end of the shot. You can either grab the end of it or hit Alt-O. Again, up and down arrows to move between the shots. And there's our little sequence. So let's talk a little bit about working with edits. If you notice, as I move my mouse over the shot, you can see that the cursor changes from editing the end point of this shot to editing a rolling edit between the 2 shots to editing the end point of the following shot. And it's good to think about it in terms of each clip has its own sense of time. So if you make the shot longer, you can actually repeat the same moment over and over again. You can actually see this if you put the camera into the work camera and then play time. As you cross the edit points, time will actually skip. You can also adjust the time window that the shot is looking at by sliding the media under the shot. To do this, hold down Control and Shift, note that the cursor changes, and as I click and drag on the shot, you can see that there's this yellow and black ticker tape that shows up. And as I slide it, you can see that I'm adjusting when the actions happen. So if I were to go through and go to the beginning of the shot here, you can see that there's this rocket. And if I want this shot to start right when the rocket is first fired, I can drag to the right. And now when I hit play, you'll see if I go back, if we watch that edit, you'll see that a rocket gets fired right as we cut. If you just left drag on the shot, you can drag the shot to the beginning to reorder it or drag it to the end to reorder it. You can Control C and Control V to copy and paste a couple shots. You can select those new shots and delete them. If you'd like to move the shot earlier in time and have it maintain its duration, you can hold down Alt and Shift and slide it earlier, which will adjust the edit points on the preceding shot and the shot following. It's also useful when you're sketching in a sequence to expand or contract time, basically make slow motion or high speed shots. So let's go ahead and blade a new shot and do that. Let's move the camera in this shot so we can tell where it begins and ends. Just hold down Control, Alt, and Shift and drag on one of the edit points. Notice that the yellow and black media turns to green and black, and the text on the bottom of the shot actually changes to show you that this time scale is no longer 1.0. 1.0 is normal speed. If you need to reset a shot, you can right-click on it and get a context menu for that shot. Go up to Edit Clip, and you can set the clip's name, the color, the overlay text, and one of the items is Set Time Scale. Just set it to 1.0 and tell it whether you'd like it to scale around the start, the middle, or the end of the shot, because it needs to change the length of the shot, and hit OK. As soon as you do, you'll see that the time scale goes back to 1, and it's a normal speed shot. If I wanted to delete this shot right now, when I hit delete, notice that it automatically moves the shot afterwards towards the left. Basically, it stops me from being able to create a gap. And now all the gap frames are at the end of the sequence. That's because the SFM is automatically collapsing time towards the start of the sequence. We added this because we were constantly getting black frames between the shots, and we just decided that auto collapse was better. So at this point, I recommend going ahead and recutting your shot up into a couple different kinds of sequences so you can get used to working with the camera and the edits at the same time to really embellish the moment or sort of bring out what you like about your scene. And when you're ready to move on, we'll talk about working with sound and track groups. And don't forget, hit Control S to save your work.
I'm gonna be honest, I think short film to understand. Here.
I made a Pop-Tart. Reeper.
Pop-Tart?
What?
You made a Pop-Tart?
Yeah. Dude, what if in the apartment they got Pizza as a joke and then no one ate them?
Wait, what? You what?
What if in the apartment we get Pizza as a joke and then no one eats them?
Dude, I would eat like 50.
Anyway.
This way.
The frick done. And sometimes when I'm trying to make flashy edits like this, I also get pretty intimidated.
So let's talk about working with
Who is
sound
that
and
guy?
track groups. To do this, we're going to use a new layout. So let's go up to the window menu and go down to Layout and choose Sound Editing. You can see that all the windows sort of readjusted themselves, and now we have some more track groups below the normal
What?
that allows you to choose
Hi, Reeper.
sounds to type down arrow.
Why did I? Oh, wrong button.
Automatic.
Press and right it.
So let's talk about working with
Reeper,
sound and
I
track
got in the arcade
this-
and now I'm actually doing it.
Let's go. Oh, hold on, I gotta add you.
So Reaper, what do? You just find
What?
you just find computers?
I find computer.
No, like in here. Do you just find computers?
Yeah, you just find computers. It's just like play the facility, but Batman, I guess.
Right. Let's just or I
Yeah.
just go and do this.
Right, back to Source Filmmaker.
This, we're
Sounds.
going to use a new layout. So let's go up to the
Wait,
window
that's a
menu
loop,
and go down
alright.
to Layout and choose Sound Editing.
Wait. Where's that? Oh,
Oh, that's
Windows.
the
You said
escape.
Windows.
Alright.
Yeah, it's
If you see me
So
in
clip editing,
America,
scene
I
edit.
say hi. But if you see me in Europe, I'm
Sound
a
editing.
talkative
Oh, wait,
guy.
why is it? Dialogue. I can unlock that. No music.
It almost died.
Kiss me.
So where do I go?
Tough.
It's fine. Let's remove text because it's
Kiss me.
Reaper.
I don't like what the thing looks like. What that looks like. I see what you mean. I don't like it either.
what?
The pig with the random pig looking thing.
Yeah, it's annoying, dude. That
Reaper. If you ever wonder
Okay, so
why
we're
do
I
you
can't
like
understand.
to-
Sorry.
If you ever wonder why there's like
So
two
am I supposed to
videos,
go
that's
What?
here
like showing you
Fine.
what
and enter
What? I
here?
can't. I
the
can't
Oh
hear
wait,
anything.
there's one of the
I can't hear
people.
anything if there's two people talking at the same.
Let me talk, Mikey.
Turning SFM going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So if you ever wonder why there's like two frames next to each other, basically that's like the first one is like the before frame, and then the next one is like the other clip.
Oh,
It's first frame.
Kiss me.
but how would I? The before and after. Stupid. All right. So it's new.
You can see that all the windows sort of readjusted themselves, and now we have some more track groups below the normal film strip. Right-click on the track group that says Music. Choose Add Clip to Track, and this brings up a sound file browser that allows you to choose sounds. So there are a lot of audio files to sort through. So just like the map load dialog, we'll use the filter here to type in a string that will help us search for the sounds that we're looking for. Type in
Reeper,
music.
I got the
These
perfect
are
sound.
annoying.
And wait, Reaper, do you have my soundboard unmuted?
Copyrighted.
It's not copyrighted. What if you put this sound? What if you put the Rupert Gaming Boy sound in your video and it just says this the entire time?
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Okay, I'm muting your soundboard. Okay, bro. I'm not
That'll
doing
show us
that,
only
bro.
files that have the word music in them.
You route track. You.
Choose Add Clip.
Okay. Flip the track. Use it. Yes, this one. This one.
Beautiful.
Right there. Perfect.
Kiss me.
Yeah. What could I give it? I love that sound. I clipped the track. Yep, perfect. Cool.
Kiss me.
Okay, this is
Wait.
Track. And this
Okay, that's
brings
cool.
up a sound file browser that allows you to choose sounds. So there are a lot of audio files to sort through. So just like the map load dialog, we'll use the filter here to type in a string that will help us search for the sounds that we're looking for. Type in music, and that'll show us only files that have the word music in them. You can quickly browse through the sounds by using the up and down arrows. They'll automatically play as each one gets highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and select this 150 beats per minute one. Click on open. And now you'll see we have a new clip that is pointing to that sound file. So we can right click on it and tell it to show the waveform. We can drag it around just like a normal clip. If we go to the beginning of the sequence and hit I, we can trim it so that it's just basically...
Oh, wait.
I wish like the happy music was longer.
Huh?
I wish happy music you put was longer.
Oh, back. Oh, maybe if I the intro. If I do that. Yes.
It's just sound.
Starting exactly
Okay,
where the
so
sequence
just gonna
starts. And it's a good idea to pay attention to where the start and end of every audio clip is. So I'll just go ahead and hit I and O to trim the start and end. Music is going. We've also got the secondary viewport up here, and it's tied to the work camera. I'll talk about that in just a second. But for right now, there's the sound. And let's go ahead and add a dialogue line here, maybe as the scout's running towards the soldier here. Maybe something along the lines of, I don't know, let's see what we got. So go to the, go ahead and close the music track group and go to the dialogue track group and right click on it and say add clip to track. And this one is going to be, let's pick a domination line. So I think we've got a bunch of scout domination lines.
Today,
So one of these should work.
I am today 400. Them $200. I think I'll take
That's fine.
Sasha out for a steak dinner tonight.
Maybe
what do you think
a,
about that?
Dominate soldier
You're a
line.
disgrace to you. Dismiss.
That sounds great. Okay, so here's a little audio file. If you control middle mouse wheel, you can adjust the height of a clip. If you right click on it and say show waveform, it'll automatically show the waveform, and you can drag it around and place it where you want. So right here where the rocket is going by, let's go ahead and add a sound effect. So go down to the effects track here and right click on the effects track and say add clip to track. And I think we've got some maybe near miss. Looks like we got a bunch of near miss sounds. So go ahead and pick a near miss sound. That sounds good. So even though these are audio clips, they still have a lot of the same hotkeys and functions that you have for video clips. So you can still move them around, you can blade them, you can copy and paste them, and if you hold down Control, Alt, and Shift, you can lower their pitch. It's a good idea to keep an eye on where the audio
Wait,
clips
why
start.
aren't they verified? I just realized that.
What?
Why aren't they verified?
I don't know.
Because as you drag the shots around, any clip that starts inside that shot will get dragged with it. This is a really great feature for keeping your sounds in sync with the shots, and it lets you adjust edits, delete, or retime without having to worry about things getting out of sync. So I noticed that the audio for these explosions is kind of loud. You'll notice that in the track groups there's nothing in here for explosions, and that's because the audio for the explosions was actually recorded inside of the shot. So to go into a shot, go ahead and double click on the shot, and now you see track groups for each one of the takes that we recorded.
Oh. Double click. X. See what's in here.
Earlier, open up the last track group and you can see there's a game sounds section where the explosions are. So if you right click on game sounds and you say set volume, you can set that volume to 0.15.
Oh, Heavy's voice. Okay. Delete that.
Kiss me.
On your DMs.
Huh?
I sent you a funny video.
What time is it?
Cooking turkey time!
Reach in there and pull it out.
What is this?
It's turkey dick.
Turkey dick.
Delete.
Kiss me.
That watch stream will put it out. That I just sent a picture that says you stab yourself. You stab yourself. You stab yourself.
Alright, how do you get out of here?
Be a little bit quieter. Sequence level, hit the up button.
Button.
Kiss me.
And if we play the movie, the rockets will be a little bit quieter.
Dismiss!
So this is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and add a fade in and a fade out to some of the shots for a finishing touch. Just right click on the clip and say edit clip, set fade time. So in this case, a 1 second fade time should be fine. The same thing works on audio clips, and you can fade in an audio clip in the same way.
Dismiss!
By the way, if the audio playback gets annoying while you're editing, there's a mute button on the top right of the timeline. So that's the basics of working with track groups and audio. Next up, let's talk about how to move things around in the scene with manipulators.
Top right. Oh, this. Okay. Alright.
So now that we've created a shot by capturing gameplay, let's talk about how to create a shot from scratch. To do this, we're going to import an asset from the game library and place it anywhere in the world using a 3D manipulator. Before we begin, let's go ahead and create a new empty shot. So let's go ahead and wave the mouse over the endpoint of the second shot and hold down the control key. Notice that the cursor changes. If we click and drag the edit to the right, we'll create a gap.
Oh!
Go ahead and right click on the gap and say replace with new clip. Note that it copies the current camera and creates an empty shot. So now that we've got an empty shot, let's go ahead and frame the camera to a new location in the map and do some set dressing. Notice that as we move the camera, both views are moving because they're both looking out of the active camera. So we'll go ahead and set the second view to the work camera, and let's go ahead and turn on the camera frustum so we can see the other camera moving around. So let's try making a reaction shot with a pyro sitting in a wheelbarrow. Let's place the camera on the side right about here, and now we're ready to go ahead and import our wheelbarrow. So let's talk about how to use the animation set editor. It's up here on the left. Since the shots can potentially record hundreds if not hundreds of thousands of things, you need a way to tell the SFM that these small number of things are the things that I actually care about. You sort of need a workbench of sorts.
There was
This
a
workbench
foot in
is
my
called the
face.
animation set editor. This is where you're going to select things, adjust sliders, work with presets, copy, paste, delete, and run various rigging animation scripts. If you want to add something to a shot, this is where you're going to import new models into. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. First, you have to select your shot and make sure the playhead is inside the duration of the shot. Next, you'll see on the
What was that, bro? Oh my god.
What were you doing?
Oh my god. Right there.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know. Oh. The control. Gonna have to go back.
So now that we've created a shot by capturing game from the game, let's go ahead and create, and to the right we'll control key. Notice, let's go ahead and wave the mouse over the endpoint of the second shot and hold down the control key. Notice that the cursor changes. If we click and drag the edit to the right, we'll create a
Neglectful photo.
How did he edit? No, edit clip. Did fade time.
What is with the state of Ohio? Why is the state of Chicago funny? Why did we make the state of Ohio funny? Imagine if Chicago was funny. I'm in Chicago. That sounds better than Ohio, not gonna lie.
Chicago. I went to Chicago. Have you ever been to Chicago?
Into. So let's go ahead and show
No.
you how to do that.
It's fine.
Dude, the only places I have been in on the world is Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Oklahoma, Texas, and
First, you have to
Pennsylvania.
select your shot
Pennsylvania.
and make sure the playhead is
'Cause
inside
that's
the
where I was
duration of
born.
the shot. Next, you'll see on the
I've
upper
been to
left-hand side of the
It's-
animation
it's a
set
fine,
editor
it's
is a
fine.
plus button. If you click on this, you can see that there's a menu
What
of
is fine?
operations.
Chicago.
This is how to add
Chicago's fine.
things to a shot.
It's not
So
great.
go
It's
ahead
just
and look for an entry that says create animation set for new model. Go ahead and click on it to
So
bring up the
peak.
model browser.
I kind of boy.
Whoa!
Oh, I don't want get Pyro's body.
Those built like I'm pretty sure all Asian people are from Squid Game.
Browser. This is similar to the sound browser we used in the previous tutorial. This time it selects models. If you just try to scroll through this list, it can be pretty daunting to find the object that you're looking for. Over time, you get used to working with the thousands of objects that make up a video game. If you're making your own custom models, just make sure they're placed
It's
inside the
annoying to
model
scroll
directory
through all
and
of
they'll
these
show up on this list.
objects, but
But for right
a
now,
lot
go
of
ahead and type
objects
wheel,
welcome
and this will show you
makes
only
it
objects
a
that have
lot
the word
better.
wheel in their name. On the bottom of the list should be the wheelbarrow. Go
I
ahead
did
and
my
select it
tongue
and
twist
click on
a
open.
lot. Have I stopped
Now you
that?
can
Did I? Don't worry. I have the same problem. Pyro.
Why does Pyro look like that?
Body gibbed. Actual player. Why is he a player? Why is he a bot? Robot. I want actual Pyro. Wait. Oh wait, since his
Eyebrow.
gib body parts are here, he should find
I
him,
will
right?
be so funny. Why is Pyro so be funny? Bam.
Items. Maybe. Pyro. The only ones I.
Let's make a smiley face out of you. Proceeds to cut your mouth
see
open.
that we've
You're
got
happy.
two right now to the motion selected and tab timeline. To
Motion.
do this, you can hit the button on the upper left-hand side of the timeline, or you can hit the tab hotkey. By default, when you enter into the motion edit mode, all of time is selected, and so you should see the entire timeline turn green. So now that we have time selected, let's go ahead and select the object. You can select it in two ways. You can either select it in the animation set editor by clicking on it, or if you want to select it in the viewport, hold down the control key and wave the mouse over the object. As the mouse moves over the joints inside of an object, you'll see the name of the joint highlighted. If you click on it, it will become selected. If you drag while holding down the control key, you can also lasso select objects. So now that we have all of time and an object selected, let's talk about using 3D
to do a
manipulators.
wheelie in a
We have one for
scooter.
position, one for rotation, and one that can modify
Why?
position and rotation at the same time, called the screen
You just like
manipulator.
doing wheelies
So if you
in
look
a
on the lower
scooter.
left-hand corner of the primary viewport, you can see that there are buttons to switch between each one of these manipulators.
And I'm
Go
gonna
ahead and
lie,
click on the translation
this
button.
looks fun.
You can see that
What,
there's now
SFM?
Yes.
He kind of. I thought it was gonna be kind of boring, but it's like kind of enjoyable. I'm
transform
actually
jack
kind
on
of.
the object. If you click and drag on the axes of this jack, you can either move it up or down, or if you click on the circle, you can move it in the plane defined by that circle. You'll also see a blue square in the center of the jack. If you click and drag on this, you'll move the object in screen space. So go ahead and work with this until you can get the object positioned over by that barrel. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now let's go ahead and spin the wheelbarrow around so it's facing us. Go ahead and click on the rotation button. And now you can see we have a rotation manipulator. Clicking and dragging on the outer blue ring will rotate the object in screen space. Clicking and dragging on one of the axes will rotate the object on that axis. And if you click and drag
You're
on
not
the
too
center, it
SFM
will allow you
fan.
to free
You would have
rotate, kind of like
figured
you're
this all
grabbing
out
the
in
wall.
24
So go ahead and click on
hours.
the screen manipulator button now. Using
Yeah.
this manipulator is a fast way to move
Yes,
between
jump scare. That's so
translating and
scary.
rotating without having to switch tools.
Stop it.
You'll note that there's a
Scary.
yellow square on the inside of the 3D manipulator. This is the translation square. If you click and drag on that, the object will move relative to screen. If you click and drag on the outer orange ring, the object will rotate relative to screen. And if you click and drag in the circular
August
area
12th,
between the two,
2036.
the object will free
A heat
rotate,
death of
as if
the
you were clicking and
universe.
dragging on a ball. On the left-hand side is the pivot handle. You can use this to drag the manipulator off of the object to get more precise rotations and translations. Double-click on it and it'll snap it back onto the object. So before we use this, let's talk briefly about using the floating modification layer. So you may have noticed that the time selection has turned orange. This is because it contains all the modifications that we just did to the wheelbarrow. Go ahead and hit the Enter key. This will apply the current manipulation into the object's motion. Notice that the time selection turned green again, indicating that there is no manipulation present. Click and drag on the screen space manipulator, and notice that the time selection turned orange again. If we hit the Escape key, all of the active manipulations will be discarded, and the object will go back to the state it was before we did the manipulation. Or, if we like all the manipulations and we want to keep them, we can hit the Enter key. So now let's apply all these techniques that we just learned to posing a character. Go ahead and click on the plus button inside the animation set editor again, and choose Create Animation Set for New Model. This time, type the word Pyro.
Wait, let me see. Oh God! Hello.
Select the pyro and hit Open. You'll see that the pyro is now floating in front of the camera, just like the wheelbarrow was. Go ahead
It's
and put him
focusing on
inside
his
the wheelbarrow
dick.
using the same techniques that we used earlier.
Wait, how do you go back?
Well, you like tie up in a chair and pyro is what they kill you.
Seems like a pyro thing. Oh, he's floating.
Floating. Me when he's floating.
How do you? Oh my god, he's got so many bones. What do I do?
Time selected because we're in the clip editor. To select time, we have to enter into the motion edit mode of the timeline.
Oh.
I'm gonna check if they ever made head on multiplayer.
Where do I go? What have I done? There we go. Pyro.
We have Reeper and he's like, oh no.
Oh no. How did you move?
To do this,
Oh
you can hit
no.
the button on the upper left-hand side of the timeline, or set and hit Open, and put him inside the wheelbarrow using the same techniques that we used earlier.
Part of his bone.
Oh my god, he joined voice chat. I swear to god, whoever joined voice chat is getting fucked.
Hey, hey, hey.
But you're getting fucked.
What?
Your siren?
No, because I just joined.
I said whoever joins first is getting fucked.
I'm gonna pull the Uno reverse card.
I'm breaking Pyro's legs right now.
Reaper, I had to join this call, Reaper. It was getting so fucking boring with just Scoliosis and Dragonfly. Average walking post.
He's walking.
Okay.
Let's get a very cool angle.
God.
Give me a handshake.
Hello, human. Hello, human. Make his head, make his neck extend.
No.
Just his neck.
Oh, this is a demon. This is a demon right here.
Yeah, it was Pyro.
Make his head like looking at the camera, and it's like close to the camera. Like that.
I think this is perfect. What do you guys think?
It's pretty good.
Alright, let's watch the animation.
Hello there. Hello there.
Oh my god. Bro. Alright, but I've been streaming.
Oh shit, I recommended at like 3 AM, bro.
Alright,